Hi, so in this video, I'm gonna focus on implementing the portal material, okay? And we will later on be able to use this to create, different material instances. So we can alter the various parameters to get, for example, different colors of the portal and so on. So this will serve as a base material for all of our portals, really. But you will see later on how that will work. So for now on, we will just, implement this. And also I want to say that this course is not really focused on materials. I will still try to explain what's going on here, but this is not really beginner level. This project is really intermediate, so I expect that you do understand a little bit of materials at least. You don't need to be a professional when it comes to materials. But you should have some knowledge of them and how these things work. So some familiarity with materials is really required here to make understanding easier of what I'm doing here. All right, so I'm going to refer to my reference project here to speed up the process and make things easier, and we will take it from there, okay? And I will try to explain what I'm doing, of course. So really, we are just having a texture here. It's a texture sample. And this is the portals asset, so make sure you have implemented this, the portal asset. So you need to add a texture sampler here and make sure to select this here, portal image. All right, the next thing we are going to add is another texture sampler. Let's see if I can. It's called texture sample parameter 2D. Okay, I'm going to rename it to RT as in render target. It makes understanding easier. If you select this, I'm gonna see what I have chosen here. Yeah, it's for portal 1 by default. If you just select this, RT, make sure to set RT portal 1. We created this render target in previous lectures, so make sure you have this created. So I'm gonna select that. And well, we need to do a few other things as well. So I'm gonna create an add node here, but I'm not gonna really use it just yet. I'm gonna leave it here. And we are gonna connect this RGB to a multiply node. Multiply. And I'm gonna promote this. Let's see if I can right click and let's see, promote to parameter. And let's call this emission. Or emissive strength rather. Because this will affect the strength of the emission. I'm gonna set a value of 5 here. And connect this to, of course, emissive color. Let's click on apply, save. Also, what you can do, if you wanted to, you can right click on this and click on start preview mode to see some results, from this node and forward. Currently, it's not really showing us anything, but we might use this later. I'm gonna click on stop previewing mode. And before doing anything else, I want to go back to BP portal. I'm gonna compile this and save. And let's click on the pCapture 2. Let's see if I can. pCapture 2. pCapture 2, if you recall, I did mention that this is the capture component. Okay, it's constantly recording what's happening in the scene and drawing that onto a texture. So the texture that it draws it to is really the render target P2 texture. So select this and select that texture. And do the same thing for P1. We can't really see any results just yet. That's because we haven't really set the material. But make sure it has the correct settings for the render target texture. P1 capture, and then we have P2 capture, RTP2 and RTP1. And before also continuing, let's go to the door material, the door static mesh rather, and let's see if we can configure this properly. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna check my. Yeah, we can use the portal material here, but we need to change these later on. But for now, I'm gonna select the portal material. So if you select door one, click on material. Recall that we are having this portal material. We can change these both to portal. Don't worry that it's not looking correct for now. That's because we are not done yet. But I'm gonna set the other one to portal material as well. Let's see, door one. Let's go to door two. Portal material. Compile, save. All right, so at least we got the shape of it. Let's go back to the material and do some further adjustments to get more of this. The alpha should be connected to the opacity. I'm gonna do a reroute now by double clicking. And if you look at the picture here, we really wanna change this. Let's see if I can. We wanna change this, the color of this frame here, the red one. So we get a different color of the outer red line. But first off, let us just see. Let me see if I can. Let's see. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this red one here, and I'm gonna multiply it. Let's see, multiply. We are gonna multiply this with something else. It's really a color. So I'm gonna create a vector parameter. I think we can hold down the V key and left click. Yes. I'm gonna call it frame color. And let's first off just multiply this with, let's see if I can. Let's select the color first. I'm just gonna select some bluish color for now. We can change it later on. I'm gonna do a multiply again. And I'm gonna promote this by right-clicking to promote the parameter. This allows us to adjust these parameters when we create instances of this material. So we can adjust the colors of it. So I'm gonna call it emission. I'm gonna put the value to 0.2. That was a good one. And let's, since these are connected to each other, I'm gonna, let's see, we have a multiply node. I'm gonna duplicate this by Control D and connect this to this one. So when connecting to this one, I'm gonna connect this to this one here. And this should really go to, let's see, multiply, multiply, and it goes to this multiply, and this should go to this one here. Connect this to the lower part, and the upper part goes here. And it goes here. All right, so I'm gonna explain later on what we're doing, but if you can see currently we are getting some colors here, okay? So before I proceed, I'm gonna explain what we're doing here. If you look at this texture here, you can see that the entire background is black, okay? It's really transparent, but it's shown black here. But if you look here, we have the different channels here, red, green, blue, and alpha, okay? So really what I'm doing here is that if you take this red channel, it means that you want to affect those areas that are having red color. And I'm multiplying this red channel with another color to change the color of whatever is red here. Okay, so you should think of it like this. And multiplying it with the bluish color, we get a bluish light color for the frame only. All right, so, and then we are having emission here. We can always, tweak these values to get different results, but we are not really done yet. And when I'm having this color here, you can see that I'm multiplying this part here with the color down here. So we're getting another frame color up here until this node. And then I am also adding this to this texture here to get the correct results. So let's just right click and let's see if we can see something here. Yeah, you can see that if you right click and do preview node, you can see that this is the result of it. But this is not the final result because we are doing other things as well. But this just shows from this node or at this node, what are the results currently. So I'm adding it to this node. And you can see that we are getting this result. All right, so let's see. All right, so we're adding some color down here. Let's continue with this so we get this done. We are gonna add a little bit more interesting stuff now. And let's start with, we're gonna add a noise to this. And if you don't know what a noise is, let me just show you. It looks usually like this. Let's type noise, utility noise. Okay, can't really see a texture here. Let's see if I can, what's a noise? Okay, if I just go here and search for noise, a noise really looks like this. If you just search for it in the texture field, you can find it. I'm gonna just change it temporarily so I can show you. This is a noise. It's like, it looks like snow, but it isn't really snow. It's a combination of white and black colors in a, some certain pattern here. We can use this to get some interesting effects. So I'm gonna change it back to Portal, search for it. You will see what I mean. So we will get this noise effect wherever we wanna apply it. So if you use this noise node here, you can see that it requires some world position, and we can get that by searching for absolute. Just search for world then, coordinates, world position. This is really the position of the widgets. I'm gonna input the X, Y, and Z here. And before doing that, let's also do an add node because we wanna make some more interesting changes to this. First off, let's just connect this to the multiply node here because we want to combine this with the frame color because in other words I want to affect the blue colored frame here with noise effect, so I'm multiplying it with this node here. Okay, that's the good thing with multiplication, you're like combining two effects together. So I'm combining the entire color here together with the noise effect. Let's do this. I'm not done yet. Oh, currently you can see that we're having this noise effect now because I'm combining it. I just show you the pattern of, the texture I just showed you. It looks like snow camouflage and having white and black colors, randomly at random locations. So currently what this position means that this is the pixel coordinates. We're inputting all pixel coordinates of the world in here into the noise texture. But I want to do something more with the picture, with the pixel coordinates. What I want to do is to give it some kind of movement, so it looks like as if it's moving. And then I want to add it to the noise texture here. So onto this, we can do an add. I'm gonna just disconnect this by alt-clicking, and you have a time. We can have a time input here because I want to add some time to this. Okay. By adding time, we will get some interesting effects. Let's just see. If you hold down the Alt, it says this tie node is used to add the passage of time to a material, such as a panner, cosine, and so on. So when time goes, things will change, and this will affect its movement here. So it's better understood by seeing the results. So doing that, I'm going to multiply it to make the effect of this even stronger. You could make this a parameter, but I'm going to just keep it at a value of 3. And what I'm going to do now is just add it to this one. We can't see any effects yet because I'm just, I haven't really connected this. So let's connect this. And let's do one more thing. You can see that it's not moving. As you can see here, the pixels are like moving now, thanks to that time input. But we want those pixels to be bigger because they're too small, and to me it looks like it doesn't really look nice if I zoom in. So we can scale those noise patterns here really. If you click on the noise node, you can see that we have a scale. This is a scale of the noise itself. Let's just change this to 0.1. And you can see that it becomes much bigger. I think this looks much better. Feel free to tweak it, but keep it a very low value. I haven't really tested to change this function here to see how it affects, but I don't think it's a good idea changing it too much here either, but you can try to test these out to see what results you get. Voronoi. It becomes way too black. I think I'm gonna keep it at the default one. I think this is much better. Simple texture based. All right, let's go with that for now. I can always tweak it later on. So let's see what we have left, or if I have missed anything. So really, so when you multiply, you're really just combining effects. When you add, you're adding two different effects, onto each other. And this goes to emissive, and this goes to opacity. I'm gonna apply and save. So we have emissive color, and we have emissive strength of 5. I'm just double checking some of my values before we wrap up to see if I missed anything. I don't think so, at least. We could try to drag it. Let's see if okay, currently they're looking the same because what we need to do is create another, material instance and set the material of the other portal. So for now, at least, it looks like this. I'm just gonna quickly double check what I'm having here, and let's see. Let's see if I can. Let's change this to a little bit more lighter blue. I think we can go with this one. Oh, that was way too white. Let's go to here maybe. No, let's keep it something like a little bit more blue. Yeah, I think this is good. So, all right, emission, and then we have this part down here. I think we are having everything for now, at least. If we want to, we can always combine it later on. And also, let's try changing this emissive strength. I'm not sure how. If we change it to a value of 10, 50 just for testing purposes. Okay, it becomes much more bright. If you wanted to, you can make it very bright, but I think 50 is really too much. I'm gonna keep it at a value of 10 or 5. Apply and save. All right, let's keep it as it is for now. I'm gonna go back to this portal here, portal actor, and let's drag one out to the scene and currently see how it looks like. All right, currently I'm not seeing anything. I think that is because we need to do some settings. Oh, I had it. I had it from the wrong direction, really. It's way too bright though, so I need to check why that is. I'm gonna go back to the material itself. Let's see if we can adjust this. Let's go back to the portal material. I think this is, as you can see, it's now showing the render target textures drawing on. I think it could be because of this value, not quite sure yet. All right. It looks quite bright here, and I have emission here. Let's try to change it to 0.1. Okay. You can always try to tweak it, you know. I don't know exactly what it looks like. I'm gonna try to change these values and see how it behaves. 50. All right, 25. Maybe 25 could do it. Tweak it, please. You have another parameter to tweak here. It's glowing way too much. That's the glowiness of it. And if you want it to look magical, you could just change it. Maybe 10 could work. No, go with 5 for now. You can always tweak it later. I'm gonna apply again and save. For now, I'm happy with this. I think this is much better. And as I mentioned, we will have different colors on the portal. But also look at the mirror. It's really showing what you're seeing here. If you look, let's see if I can, if we go back, they're almost seeing identical things, so it's really hard to, we will test this, I think we will test this more thoroughly later on. So we can, really check that the portals are showing the correct thing. Let's try to rotate this the other direction. All right, let's see how it looks currently. We need to make sure the cameras are, drawing to the correct render target texture, and these are used on the correct material. So this peak capture camera one is using RTP1, and the peak capture 2 is using RTP2. So that is really correct. If you look at the door now, door 2, it should use the, let's see, I'm gonna check the material. It uses the portal material. And this is the mesh. Yeah. This is the portal material, and let's see the other one. Let's see if I can. Let's check door 1, how it looks. And it's also using the portal material. So usually, since we are using the portal material and we are using the render target texture inside of it, Let's see if I go to here, you can see the portrait material we are using, this texture here, and this is the render target. So these materials are using the same render target for now. So we will need another material with another render target later on for the other portal, and it will also have another color. Okay, so we are using this render target texture inside of this material. So currently, if you look at them, you can see the same thing here. Okay, they look identical. But really, we are going to change this because we are going to have another material that uses another render target texture and so on. So, and we will also have another color in that. So these are, showing, excuse me. So these are showing different results. They are like mirroring what they should show. So this portal here should show, if you enter this, you will see the other area that the other portal is leading to, and if you enter this, you will see the other portal, what the other portal is leading to. So they are somehow reflecting each other's location. And we are not done yet. We will continue with this in the next one to create another material and test it and configure it and take it from there. So thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video.